We will be entertained by the best that the speech team has to offer. These students helped the team set a new record by sending 20 members to the state tournament in Kettering and also qualifying 4 to the Nationals in Minnesota. The 4 students are Jeff Bennett in humor, Deshauna Daniels in drama, Julie Rocher in debate, and Brian Stevens in student congress. This is also the first team to win the NFL District Championship. I would like to introduce one of the national qualifiers, Julie Rocher, who will be your MC for the evening.
The first event we will be viewing is humorous interpretation. This is an individual event where the competitors choose a play with different characters. Each character must have a different voice so none of the characters blend together. Our first performer is Kevin Jamison, who is vice president of the 1997 speech team. He is also a first-year state qualifier and a semifinalist in the state. He placed 6th at the NFL District Tournament, and the performance he will be giving is The Creation of the World.
And other business. She messed up the title.
All right, go ahead, say it. Nothing for me to say, Lord. I mean, you see it as well as I. What did I do wrong? Why look at it that way? They're beautiful, they help each other, they praise you. Every few minutes, los they don't multiply. Look, I don't want to mix in, and then you say I'm criticizing everything. What have you got in mind? Now remember, you asked me, what have you got in mind? You've only got one choice. You've got to thin out the innocence down there. See, you're giving me that look again, like the time you made them tell us. That's why I'm here. I'm the explainer. For example, there's nothing he feels more passionate about than that you begin to multiply. Really? Of course. That's why that tree is there. You mean we multiply with the tree? No! But if you eat the fruit from the tree, you'll know how.
Wait a minute. We're not even supposed to think about that tree.
Say that. That's right. In fact, lately that's all I do is go around not thinking about it. Oh, you find that's getting difficult. No, but it takes up so much of my time. Oh, absolutely. Now listen up, because this is fairly complex, and I may have to leave any minute. By now, you understand why you were put in this lovely garden.
To praise everything.
Right. Now, what if I told you that there were a number of things that you've been leaving out?
No.
Yes. Now, take a bite. Do you want them to multiply or not? Thank you. Take a bite of this apple, and I promise that you will understand everything.
I don't want to hear anymore. He said it in plain Hebrew. He said, Doritos Now I'm going swimming.
Awfully nice to have met you. Likewise. There's just one thing I was wondering if you could tell me. I love questions, my dear. What is it? Why does he have, I knew you were going to ask that question. Well, I mean, take a bite, Eve. and everything will clear up. Well, it smells all right. Of course. It is all right. Well, maybe just a little bite. Better make it medium. You have an awful lot to learn. Well, here goes. You really must try it. But eat, please. Just a bite. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. 9 months later. Eve, what happened? How'd you get so ugly? Can you help me, Angel? Something's crawled into my belly and it keeps getting bigger. No idea what it is. Well, I have been eating a lot of clams lately. Clams? No, Eve. What you have in your belly is a man. A man, but Adam ate the apple too. Right. And he looks better than ever. But why? Because this is the justice of the world. Where's a rock? Where's a rock? Oh, I'll kill him. I'll kill him. Sorry, Eve, but I really must be going.
What a night. I don't think I slept 5 minutes. Did you, Eve?
Yeah, I slept well.
Say, you don't look so green today. In fact, you look beautiful. Those goddamn clams.
It's not clams. There's a man in my belly, Adam.
A man?
He told me.
Who told you?
Lucifer?
You seeing Lucifer again?
Well, I screamed, but you didn't hear me.
But I was sleeping.
You're always sleeping. If you'd have been there in the first place, this whole thing wouldn't have happened.
But I was swimming.
If you're not swimming, you're sleeping.
Oh. You sure it's a man?
Yes?
Well then, there's only one thing to do.
What? Name him. What?
Well, when I saw the first giraffe, it didn't fit, but it went through my mind at the time.
What?
Frank?
Yeah! Well, that's story of creation for you. Still doesn't sit well, does it?
What the hell?
Matthew Stifler, who is a foreign extemporaneous speaker, will introduce our next performer and tell us about domestic and foreign extem. Matt is a first-year state qualifier and was in the final round of the state tournament, placing 5th overall, and he placed 4th in the NFL district tournament.
I've been asked to say a few words to you to explain exactly what extemporaneous speaking is. By definition, extemporaneous speaking is speaking from an outline without any definite sentences planned. But in speech, we like to take it one step further. Extempors are given a half hour to write and memorize a 5 to 7.5 minute speech. Topics can vary from anything, if you're in domestic extemp, from welfare to the president himself. And if you're in foreign extemp, they can vary from human rights violations in China to Hutu and Tutsi violence in Central Africa. This broad range of topics helps to ensure that extemp is just that. Now that you have a better understanding of exactly what extemporaneous speaking is, I'd like to present to you the best domestic extemper in Ohio, the state champ and treasurer of the Niles McKinley speech team, Sam Newman.
What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun, or fester like a sore and then run? Does it stink like rotten meat, or crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet? Maybe it just sags from under a heavy load, or does it explode? These lines from the poem Harlem by Langston Hughes speak of a dream in constant danger of being lost. No dream in America today is more endangered than the uniquely American dream of public education that works for all children. Although many problems have occurred recently in America's educational system, politicians have said that they're doing their best to correct them by proposing vague sets of educational goals from time to counteract the problems. Unfortunately, these goals in the past have amounted to nothing more than just another set of empty campaign promises, causing many to question whether the system should even be kept in its current state. Thus, the question has been logically posed, should the United States set national goals for education? The answer to this question is a definitive yes, but only if these education goals can go beyond their former state of just another campaign year slogan to becoming a legitimate agreement between the American people and officials at all levels of government to truly bring about changes. In order to further explain this answer, I'll examine it from two of its main areas of analysis. In my first area, I'll examine the three major problems which are currently hurting America's students in the educational system. And in my second and final area of analysis, I'll examine the reasons that educational goals may be just the solution America's education system needs. Although there has always been some debate as to the relative intelligence of hogs, one fact about the smelly animals has been universally agreed upon. They are ugly. And I think we all know that no matter how much lipstick you try to slap on a hog, you can't make it beautiful, and you can't even begin to hide its ugly face. In much the same way, no matter how much positive propaganda the federal government tries to put on our education problems, the ugliness and complexity of them continues to be apparent. Which brings me to my first area of analysis, in which I'll examine the full depth and complexity of these problems. The first of these problems is perhaps one of the most crucial because it victimizes the American student from the moment he or she sets foot in a public school. I am referring to the ever-mounting problem of schools which are below the standard for an effective learning environment. A survey conducted by an independent consulting firm published in the December 23, 1996 edition of Time magazine reported that an astonishing 91% of America's schools fell below what the company deemed was a good standard for a learning environment. This remains, as yet, the definitive source on the subject because that issue of Time magazine goes on to tell us that the federal government has yet to even begin to analyze this problem, let alone do anything about it. The second major problem, which is affecting America's schools today, is the problem of teachers who are either unqualified to teach effectively or, in extreme cases, do not understand the material well enough to communicate it to their students. A team of leading educational analysts conducted a 5-year survey of America's education professionals and printed their results in the January 17, 1997 edition of Newsweek magazine. When the results came in, the findings were that at least 30% of America's educational professionals need to make drastic changes in the way they teach, and at numbers up to 10% of our teachers need to go back and receive continuing education in the very subject matter they are trying to teach. The third major problem, which is affecting America's schools today, is a direct result of the first two, for it is a decline that is shocking in students' attitudes about education. In the 1997 edition of Current Issues, a list of the primary concerns for American students from a cross-section of students which were conducted for the survey, it was found that academics were rated on the average 8 out of 10 things, falling behind such things as dating relationships or getting the driver's license for students. Thus, it is clear that academics do not come even close to first with American students, and this may be a direct result of the fact that America's schools are so poor and teachers remain remarkably ineffective. So now it is easy to see where the true problems in education lie. One of England's greatest philosophers, the British Prime Minister Winston Churchill, once attended a party with Bessie Barnes, a rival MP. At the party, when Barnes informed Churchill that, as usual, he was drunk, the elder statesman replied, "Madam, I am, and you are ugly, but tomorrow I shall be sober." Unlike the unfortunate Miss Barnes, the federal government does have the opportunity to change one of its most ugly features, its educational system. And the method to bring about this change is not some kind of cosmetic application, but rather true and real solutions in the form of educational goals for America's schools. Bringing me to my second area of analysis, in which I'll examine the reasons that these goals may be just the solution Americans are looking for. Educational goals, by their very nature, make it much easier for the federal government to detect which areas are in most need of energy and taxpayers' money. For example, if the federal government were to conduct a survey, rather than relying on the surveys of independent firms of America's schools, it would be very, very easy to tell which school districts were in the most need of federal funding and support. Similarly, if the federal government were to establish a test of proficiency, much like is given to students, for education professionals to detect which areas they needed to receive further education in, it would be remarkably easy to require these teachers to go out and seek the education to make them better teachers. But also, there is another major reason for the federal government to bring about these educational goals, because of the important message it will send to not only the American voter, but also the American student. That in America, training the next generation of leaders is the top priority with the federal government. This is certain to improve students' attitudes, and we will almost definitely see a drastic increase in the test scores that students are receiving. Therefore, if the federal government can communicate this to the people, it can certainly do nothing to harm their own approval ratings, as education has always proved to be extremely effective in times of campaigns for getting people elected. So now that we've examined my two areas of analysis, I'm sure that we have enough information to return to my original question. Should the United States set national goals for education? The answer to this question remains a distinct and definitive yes, because the American people will be sent the correct message, and also because it will be easier for the federal government to detect which areas or people are in most need of federal support. One thing is for certain, if the federal government does not get the message soon and establish a set of educational goals, then those people who still dream of that perfect education for all of America's students would do well to consider the all-important question, what happens to a dream deferred?
Our next event will be duo interpretation. In duo interpretation, there are two competitors together in this event. First of all, they must choose a play. Each must portray a character in the play, but because it's interpretation, these competitors cannot interact with each other. In fact, they cannot even look at each other. David Allen and Brian Stevens will be our first performers in this event. This is their first year competing together. Both are two-year state qualifiers. Last year, David was second in the state of Ohio and was a national qualifier on duo interp. Also, Brian was a quarterfinalist in duet acting at the state tournament last year. This year, overall, they placed third at the NFL district tournament and were eighth in the state. Brian is also a national qualifier in student congress. The cut they will be performing is Someone Who Will Watch Over Me.
What am I? You're in the officer's mess, Brits boy. So how is the outside world, huh? Who are you? Why am I here? Oh, to see a movie. And then after, if you're real lucky, they'll give us a meal. Oh, no. Oh my God! I'm chained to the wall! Well, of course you are. Well, so am I. So you better enjoy it. Enjoy it? What do you mean enjoy it? Well, it's a laugh, isn't it? Oh, that's how I get by. Laughing.
Edward and Michael are victims, innocent victims. They've been captured by terrorists and are being held in a Lebanon prison for no apparent reason.
Their freedom has been taken away from them. To survive, they must create a new world, A world filled with fantasies and interactions.
Tennis, anyone?
For brief moments, they're able to escape their chains and leave the prison behind them and return to the safety of the world they once knew.
But even all this may not be enough to contradict the reality of eventual death, which makes them pray for
Someone Who Will Watch Over Me by Frank McGinnis.
great shot!
What the hell are you doing?
Can't you see that I'm in the middle of a very important rally? Oh, well played, Virginia, well played. Now the changing hands and I can answer your question. I'm reliving the 1977 Wimbledon's ladies final. Virginia Wade of Great Britain versus Betty Stove of Holland.
Betty.
The Queen and his silver jubilee is attending Wimbledon for the first time. The poor dear is bored, the distraction. But the excitement is mounting. Excuse me, the third set is about to begin. I'm going to serve. Go. A perfect ace! Virginia's really getting on top of things now.
But I'm feeling sorry for poor wee Betty Stove.
Poor wee Betty Stove is 6 foot and weighs 12 stones.
But her mother thought of her as poor wee Betty.
Her mother's irrelevant. Virginia is playing to win and is going to win.
Now that's unfair.
That's history.
Oh, to hell with history. I'm rooting for Betty. Who's serving?
I am.
Okay, then take it away, Miss Virginia. What in the hell are you doing now?
It's a tense moment in the match. Virginia always tosses her head back at a tense
Well,
moment.
it's very distracting. You shouldn't be doing that to me, right?
Another ace! My game!
What do you mean? I wasn't ready.
Virginia has done it.
I wasn't ready.
Virginia has won Wimbledon. Virginia will have tea with the Queen. Your Majesty.
What are you doing?
Your Majesty, present me with an award and say something.
What, so I'm now the Queen and you're Virginia?
Yes.
Oh. Hello. Here you are.
Thank you.
And what do you do?
What do you mean, what do I do? You'll just see me win Wimbledon.
Oh yes, that was very nice, Virginia. Very nice. You must sweat a lot playing tennis. Is this your racket? Oh my, it's quite sweaty.
The Queen is not into sweat.
And why not? The smell of sweat is a well-known tale.
That's enough. May I have my racket back? Thank you. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Here comes a farmer with this big gun. He'll get by with that as rabbit pie, so run, rabbit, run, run, run. You know, it's actually quite fun. You thought it was the chance to be the rabbit. Shall I be the rabbit and you'll sing?
Run, rabbit, what in the hell are you doing?
I'm impersonating a rabbit.
Oh, you don't look remotely like a rabbit.
You can do better.
Sing this song, huh?
Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run. One with this big gun. Big rabbit bites a run, rabbit, run, run.
Now that's what I call a rabbit, huh?
You look more like a kangaroo.
What? How the hell do I look like a kangaroo?
Run.
I did not look remotely like that.
You did.
I did not start this ridiculous business in the first place.
No, you didn't.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what? Are you sure it's Christmas Day?
Nearly certain.
Well, we should be safe on Christmas Day, even if they don't celebrate it, huh?
Yes, of course.
Hey, Michael, what do you want for Christmas?
Be given a present?
Anything you wish, sir.
Well, I'm a man of simple taste. I don't ask for much.
Well, for being a good boy, I'm gonna give you something special. Look, it's a car! Hop in.
I can't.
Switch on the ignition.
What now?
Well, the best way to teach someone how to drive is to let them ease their way into it at their own pace. So, what do you think you do next, huh?
I put my foot on the little thingy.
Okay, put your foot on the little thingy.
And I steer with the stimmy-jiggy.
Stimmy-majiggy?
And I press my little fellow to go faster.
You do?
And I release you to drive slower.
Good, you do.
Oh my God. It's moving. The car's actually moving. Look at me, I'm driving a car.
People, look, they're cheering you.
I'm as strong as the Queen, Mama.
I don't wish to alarm
Edward! Oh my! The car's starting to fly! The car's actually flying!
What? How can a car fly?
Oh, you chitty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, we love you. And our chitty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang loves us too. Hi ho, everywhere we go on chitty chitty wheels we say, bang bang chitty chitty bang bang, our fine four-fended friend. Bang bang chitty chitty bang bang, our fine four-fended friend.
So where are we?
We're flying over the sea. We're leaving this place behind us. Look, I can see England. I can see the coast of England. I believe it's Dover. And there were the bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover.
That's Michael. One of them just crapped on your head.
Shut up, crap on them.
Well, that waste a good crap, eh? So, where's she headed now?
She's flying west.
Oh, Jesus, look, Michael. Look, it's me home. It's Ireland. Oh, look at it. Look at the shape of it and the color. Oh, it's so green. I can see the color green again. Keep going. Down, down. Have we landed?
Yes, safely.
Oh, then drive.
Where?
Drive us to where we go on Christmas Day. I want to wander through the rows of graves. I want to see me father's grave. I have to talk to him. That's all. Just talk to him. Oh, Da, it's me. It's Edward. Your son. Your son that won't see it through the night. Do you hear the way I'm breathing? I'm going to die. And I'm very scared, Daddy. Da, is there a hell? No, this is hell! And I mean it. Please save me. Please get me out of this place. Getting me in your arms away from here. If you're in heaven, why won't you save me?
Stop, Edward!
They've beaten me, Michael.
They really are beating you.
Oh, save me, Michael, please.
Stop, Edward! They can hear you crying! Stop! Stop, you bastard!
I can't.
Stop!
You have to deliver the speech as if it were your own. Amy George will show us an example of oratorical interpretation. She was a state qualifier and also a state quarterfinalist this year. The speech she will be delivering is entitled Vivis Americanus.
Vivis Americanus by Rhea Johnson. Sunday, October 15th. I was at the mall with a mission. No, not jeans, ice cream, CDs, or cute boys. This time, I was there to figure out the next 4 years of my academic life. There were hundreds of booths set up, each with an eager representative passing out pamphlets pinpointing information and propagandizing anything pertaining to their school. It was a college fair. But fair it wasn't, because some booths couldn't attract a single soul. And I, being the clueless person that I am, must have picked up 100 pamphlets. Well, it wasn't until the end of my trek, though, when away from the mainstream, I noticed the booth, crowded with so many teens, that I initially thought, must be a party school. Well, I had to find out for myself. Fighting my way through mobs of teenage girls and their parents, I squinted to make out the university's name. Clinique Bonus time? Not a renowned university, a universally known cosmetic line. Instead of learning about, say, the University of Michigan's application process, these teens chose to learn about the applications of sheer sable blush. It shouldn't come to a surprise that when researcher Jean Kilman tells us the #1 wish for girls ages 11 through 17 is to be on the high school speech team. You don't believe me, do you? Well, actually, it has nothing to do with matters academic. What they really want is to be thinner. And naturally, the #1 wish for boys is to have a girlfriend that is well-informed. Did I say well-informed? Well, what I meant was well-formed. According to author Steve Allen, Americans are suffering from a mental incapacitation. And he's not just talking about teenage boys and girls. Ladies and gentlemen, to be blunt, many of us have become what H.L. Mencken describes as Bubis americanus, a bird too ignorant to know where to fly. So let's wake up and fly right. Take the recent survey that revealed 12-year-olds could name 5.2 alcoholic beverages, but only 4.8 American presidents. A third of high school students did not know the world was ever involved in a war with Vietnam. And 26% of high school graduates could not describe Mexico on a map. And if you really wanted to be shocked, I could share with you my SAT scores. But then I'd start to cry and my new Clinique mascara would run all over the place. By now, you're probably all asking yourself, could this speech or speaker get any dumber? Well, your answer is yes. But in order for you to understand why, we must first look at some valid concerns. And second, the consequences if we fail to smarten up. Our first concern is this: education, or the lack thereof. According to Arthur J. Powell, in his new book, The Shopping Mall High School, he claims that schools spend significantly enough time accommodating rather than educating. He argues that the main approach used by schools to keep a diverse student body happy is to offer a never-ending array of educational opportunities. Unfortunately, in this process of accommodating such a large and varied group, there's little or no effort at all to engage the students in serious learning. Columnist Robin Higgin, for example, exclaims, her 10-year-old daughter was a victim of the trend towards accommodation. Her 5th grade teacher told her not to raise her hand because the teacher already knew that she knew the answer. She was forced to follow the lesson, but without participating. Unfortunately, then expecting her to blossom intellectually is like telling a young Michael Jordan to be better at basketball simply by sitting in the stands. Does it surprise you then when the humorous Marilyn Marco quipped, if the universe were a school, the United States would be an 8th grade boys' gym class? Marco may have a point. Is it all that hard to imagine some members of Congress snapping each other with legislative towels as they were currently cutting the educational budget by $3.1 billion? And that takes us to our second concern, ducks of ducks. I'm referring to politics in America. I can think back to the first election which I voted, 1988, Bush versus Dukakis. My 5th grade class had chose to hold their own election. When the results were in, Bush 8, Dukakis 7, and Pee Wee Herman 15. Well, I honestly can't say that Pee Wee's success was because we truly thought he was the right man, or simply because we didn't care about the election involving those who we refer to as Boo Boo and Dukaka. Whatever the reason, though, it is symptomatic of the challenge America is currently facing: political ignorance. A recent study conducted by the Washington Post and Harvard University reveals that 4 out of 10 Americans could not identify identify the Vice President of the United States, and 46% did not know who the Speaker of the House was. And that is news, a laughing matter. Because a participatory government cannot succeed, Thomas Jefferson warned, without an informed electorate. Our final concern is this. In becoming a boo-bye Americani, we have stooped to praise stupidity. Take talk shows and their subject matter, for example. How could you not know that your girlfriend was a man? Other topics involving men who are shorter than their prom dates, mothers who hate their daughter's wardrobe, and my uncle killed my father and married my mother. Isn't that the plot to Hamlet? I guess one can make the argument that talk shows really aren't that dumb. But I doubt Shakespeare ever directed one of his actors to scream at another, as recently seen on the Ricky Lake Show. I'm gonna nail your genitals to a tree. And even in his lesser-known works, Troilus and Cressida, I doubt Shakespeare ever exploited albino transvestites. A few men dressed up as women, sure. But hey, it was Elizabethan England. But even Elizabethan England isn't as boobas-filled as MTV's hit show, Singled Out. The dating game, which doesn't exactly emphasize the intellect in a relationship. You see, people choose their dates through a certain choice option system, such as, do you prefer your women A, round and pleasing, or B, tight for squeezing? It is clear that we have reason for concern. But what are the consequences? Well, while our life is diminishing, we are a society that has gone from, how do I love thee, let me count the ways, to recommending, boom, 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 let's go back to my room. This example could be amusing if the Boobus Americanus was near extinction, but it's not. Remember Education 2000? When politicians promised educational improvement by the century's end? Well, the set of goals was enacted by 1989, and according to news analyst Joan Beckevin of Chicago Tribune, we're worse off now than we were when the goals were first announced. If we really want to improve education, we must take a hard, honest objective at what works, rather than what sounds good politically, or otherwise, we can resign ourselves to Education 3000. Recently, in my never-ending struggle to figure out the next 4 years of my life, I found myself in a college bookstore. A new clinic counter is being established, but this time it was different. Hundreds of students were outside protesting signs which read, "Books, not lunch." And they're right. It's about time we're embarrassed of being the Boobus Americanus. Or as Mark Twain once said, man is the only animal that blushes or needs to. Thank you.
Have a difficult time choosing their cut. Unlike the other individual events, prose poetry competitors must search for just the right prose selection. A prose selection is basically like a short story. After choosing their prose selections, they must place poems throughout their entire selection. To show us an example of prose poetry is Christy Saltes presenting The Orange.
of each serene gaze. The modern credo of self-denial that elevates thinness to the highest moral plane, to a new kind of perfectionism, generates an increasing number of women at risk for anorexia and bulimia. You're looking at me. I wish you wouldn't. Undressing me with your eyes, like on the bus after school. Well, you may think. But say you're a woman my mother's age. Or no, some dirty-minded guy, like you think you got me trapped in a net of eyes. But you don't. Beautiful is understanding, which you cannot ask from those who stare, with more than their eyes, and with more than ours. And beautiful is finally judged by all the reasons that you are missed. This, in 15 minutes' time precisely, I'm going to peel and eat some of it. One segment to begin with. Just one. I'll peel it slow. I'll eat it slow. Been waiting all day, waiting for 6, 8, 10 hours. I know how to wait. I'm practiced waiting in solitude. You can't know just looking at me. I'll peel it slow, smelling that sweet smell I love. I love that rich ripe smell. It's a fiery smell of a kind. Its scent goes right up your nostrils like burning wires to your brain. That's disgusting. I hate that. Sucking ice cubes instead of eating. That reminds me of that fish, the Egyptian mouth breather. Lips locked, coddling those eggs, while her body evaporates. Fat reservoirs gone, toothpicked ribs pricked out against caved-in skin. She savors her total dedication. In my prose selection of The Orange, from I Stand Before You Naked by Joyce Carol Oates, a young girl suffers from the disease bulimia. Her manner is both arrogant and uneasy. A manic, even a static certainty underlies her rambling speech. I hate to lie. I hate lies and liars. But sometimes I have to lie, saying I ate some food, but I didn't. Saying I didn't lose any more weight. That kind of lie I'm forced to tell, to keep prying eyes away, to keep prying thoughts away, wanting to enter my head like buzzing wasps. I know it's you who own the world, but inside here, it's me, and it's mine. I can step out of it, but not a one of you can step in. It's almost time. I will peel it, I will smell it, I will bite into it, one segment at a time. My teeth aching, my mouth alive, afire, tears in my eyes. I'm shaking, I'm trembling. I'll hide away in the toilet so I don't eat my orange. I don't want anybody watching. I hate that. Just looking at each other, we know. It used to be, I'd stick my finger down my throat. Now I don't need to. I'm in control. That first time it just came to me, like God allowed It was Thanksgiving. There were 9 of us at the table, and Mama and Tess fussing over the food. And this gravy, this turkey gravy, this gravy bowl. I saw how it was slick with fat. I mean, oily globules of fat. It was so disgusting and just so gross. And Mama saying, take some gravy, take some mashed potatoes, take some butter, take some cranberry sauce, take some more turkey, take some more gravy. And I locked myself in the bathroom. And I knew what to do. I felt so good after I knew. I knew I was safe. So I went from 128 pounds to 120 pounds, 115 pounds, 109, and then it got harder. And for a while, it seems like certain kinds of lab or stubborn to melt away. And Mama started asking, what's going on? Was I on a diet or something? Was I trying to starve myself? What's going on? One day, Mama barged in my room. She took hold of this old ratty sweater I was wearing. My favorite old sweater. Mama yanked at it tight, seeing how thin I was. And then she got scared. And I saw in her eyes, saying, oh, Jill, oh my God, what's wrong? And I said, Mama, don't touch. Just don't touch and leave me alone. And just don't touch. We're always reminded, aren't we? On every screen, on every page we turn. Perhaps somehow we too will find that way to measure up. The secret of each serene gaze. Today we go shopping. My fine tall daughter and I, who looms above the others in the store. I pause in aisles to gape at what they think they see. She smiles and looks at me as if to say, it doesn't matter. Even though we both know there are times and ways it does. But what we also know is this. Beautiful is understanding, which you cannot ask from those who stare, with more than their eyes, with more than ours. And beautiful is finally judged by all the reasons that you are missed. Yesterday, I had a 7-grain date bar, divided up into quarters, because it weighs 4 ounces. This morning, I had 4 cans of Diet Coke. So I'm heavier. I divide up the Diet Coke, my stomach bloating. I hate that. You can see it, can't you? Can't you? Like I'm pregnant. Going to have a baby. Baby. But oh no, never, not me. Inside of me, there's God inside of me. You can't travel with your eyes. My days and my nights I love. How they're divided up like the orange, divided into segments that can pick apart my fingers. Sink my teeth into it slow. I'm always thinking of this. My mouth alive with hunger. Just wanting to bite. Just wanting to chew. Wanting to eat. Wanting to eat like a frenzy, alive like scurrying ants. The hunger and the food collide. It's a pain. It's a good pain. But nobody can see me locked in this toilet stall. It's the middle of the hour. Nobody will barge in. I'm safe. And I can't be touched. once a man of curiosity, may now affect as many as 1 million young women a year, ages 15 to 24, in the U.S. alone.
Have been together for 2 years. They are 2-year state qualifiers, and this year they were quarterfinalists in the state. Lee is also the secretary of the speech team. The cut they will be performing is Social Security.
Hello? Oh, hi, darling. What? Oh, I sort of dozed off. Mother was napping, so I took the opportunity. How is she today? Impossible, just impossible. Oh, I forgot to pick up People magazine. That set off a wave of hostility. Then we had a major set, too, on the topic of house brands versus name brands, following her keen-eyed observation of a can of La Sour peas in the kitchen. $1.09, she exclaims. I didn't know I was living with Elizabeth Taylor. Well, you asked, David. What? What slight change? You told me 8, David, 8. No, if Maurice prefers, but God, I'll have to get Mother up immediately. Yes, I'll wear your favorite dress. Well, look who's up after the most enormous nap. I'm on the phone with David, Mother. Yes, she's had quite the little snooze, and I think she's in a better mood. Not so jumpy, we all hope. Ready for a great evening, Mother? I didn't sleep a wink. Of course you did. I went in there. You were out like a light. How can anyone sleep with that picture over the bed? The Rauschenberg. Pieces of string and old newspaper. That's a picture? It's called a collage, Mother. I'm not picking a fight with her, David. To me, it's no picture. David says hello, Mother. All right, darling, we'll expect you, Mr. Koenig, in just a few minutes. Well, Mother, I was wrong. They're leaving now. What? I said they're leaving now. Who? David and Maurice Koenig, Mother. I thought they were coming at 8, but Maurice, he apparently got in on Monday and he's still a little jet-lagged. In any case, I think our #1 priority is to get you dressed and all spiffed up. This is my mother, Sophie Greengrass. And this is my daughter, Barbara. Bobsy. I live with her. Oh, God. Oh, God. Mother has a mind of her own. And you don't. Mother lives on Social Security by Andrew Bergman. Where did you get these? Those? Georg Jensen. What? Georg Jensen. Oh, just like the ones we had. Did we have butter knives? Isn't that odd? I have no recollection. Call Trudy. She'll remember the beautiful butter knives we had. Next time I speak to her, Mother. The pattern was a little different. It was called the Lock Sheldrake Arms pattern. After the hotel we went to, remember? I don't actually. You don't remember the Lock Sheldrake Arms? Well, how old was I? 2.5. Well, how am I supposed to remember that? We stayed in the new wing even. You have any idea how much that cost? Even in those days, just to get a breath of fresh air. Mother, I'm not disputing that we stayed there, or that it was a sacrifice. I simply don't recall the event. There was a new wing and an old wing. Your father and I stood at the front desk, and you want to know what he said, even if it cost more? That we should stay in the new wing. What? That we should stay in the new wing. No! That we should stay in the new wing! Mother, I think it's wonderful that you did that for us. And those melon balls you were so crazy about. What? You don't remember those either? Mother, I was 2.5. How am I supposed to remember melon balls from 1946? What? Why are you shaking your head? No reason. There must be a reason. It just amazes me what happened. Meaning what? How people change. People? Anyone specific? What? I said, are you referring to anyone specific? I mean, if you're talking about people in general, perhaps it's true. Perhaps they change. If you're talking, say, about me, your daughter, I'd like to know, how have I changed?
There's no reason to analyze everything.
I'm not analyzing anything. I'd just like to know. What?
This is a fish, Bobsy?
Yes, it's a cold mousse of pike, and I have a Pernod sauce I can add with it.
Oh, it's gefilte fish.
So it's gefilte fish! No, Mother, I just told you what it is. It's a cold mousse of pike, and if people want, I have a Pernod sauce I can add with it.
Looks like gefilte fish to me.
Well, there might be some family resemblance, but this dish is called pike, cold mousse of pike.
Ah, so you wouldn't serve gefilte fish, is that it?
It's not that I wouldn't serve it, Mother. It's just that I don't find it a particularly festive dish. I'm not ashamed of it if that's... What? Stop shaking your head!
Why are you getting so upset?
I am getting so upset because in 5 minutes, Maurice Koenig, the creator of Yonkel the Matchmaker, the Windows of Masada, and the Jerusalem Tapestries, is going to walk into my apartment for dinner. And instead of excitedly getting ready to meet this legendary, marvelous human being, you choose to sit here sniping at me.
Sniping? Please.
Sniping? What else is it? For 2 weeks now, I feel like I'm up before some kind of review board. Every day these debates.
You want me in a home? Just say so.
Mother, I don't want you in a home. I wouldn't allow you in a home. But what I would like is a situation where we can talk things out without wearing flak jackets.
You're overexcited.
I am not overexcited, Mother. Please just go now and get dressed. This is Maurice Koenig we're talking about here.
Soon enough, I'll be gone. Then you won't have to worry.
Oh, for God's sake.
Sophie Greengrass, beloved mother of Barbara and Trudy, adored grandmother of Sarah.
Stop it.
Trudy had them all written out.
Had what all written out?
My death notices. I found them in her recipe box. Under casseroles.
Death notices? You found death notices?
She had them all prepared.
Trudy actually sat down.
She said that she knew when I died she wouldn't be able to think straight, so she wrote them out before. Knowing Trudy, I thought maybe there was a discount doing it in advance.
You have every right to be angry. And in fact, I think it'd be healthier if you actually got angry. If we could talk things out more.
What?
I said if we could talk things out more.
You'll always be my little Bobsy.
Sure.
In the ballet slippers and the tutu. Remember when we went?
Right. Now let's get you dressed.
I'm so comfortable like this. What's the big deal? Dinner is dinner.
Dinner is dinner? Mother, you have to change. This is a dinner party for the great Maurice Koenig, and I will not allow you to greet him wearing that schmata.
Even if I'm so comfortable?
Even if you're so comfortable, that's correct.
Bobsy, the man's 100 years old. You don't think he'll understand?
I don't care if he understands. It is common courtesy to dress for dinner under any circumstances, and considering the stature of our guest.
Your father was a painter? He loved me in my house coats.
He was a house painter, and he did not love you in your house coat.
Of course he did.
He didn't. I can specifically remember him walking through that door at night and saying, "Oi, get a house coat."
That was his humor.
That was not his humor, Mother. This is absurd. Please, as a favor to me, go now and get dressed.
Oh, I never did you a favor now. That's a good one.
Mother, I'm not saying that you never did me a favor.
Mommy, I'm thirsty. Who was there at 2 in the morning with a glass of seltzer? Casper the ghost?
Mother, you've done me countless favors, and all I am saying now, as calmly as I can, before all my internal organs explode and I fall dead to the floor, is that I would like you out of that house coat before David and Maurice get here. That's all.
Okay.
Thank you, Mother. I know how much you would prefer to remain in your company. Sometimes with little social graces. I just know we're going to have a fabulous evening.
There! I'm out of my house coat.
What?
very, very much.